Hey VC, Jeff, back again. Late night video, just trying to get this out before the stack gets any bigger. Yeah, just getting along, doing stuff, busy with the fam. So yeah, just trying to do this while I can. A bit tired, so I try to get this done quickly. On the turntable, we got have had this one for a while. So the Jam, digging a new breed. It's kind of like a gold foil thing there. Um, Kind of interesting album. This was '82. It's a live album, but they apparently recorded it over 5 years. They were trying not to do like a best hits kind of thing. But yeah, it's a pretty good album if you see it. I don't know. I picked this up years ago. I probably only paid a couple bucks for it, but probably 20 years ago. I think they don't go for a lot. It's worth picking up if you see it. It's a jam. I do need all the mods cons. That I have like their 77 album, but I do need mods cons. That's a good album. But yeah, jam. Some solid kind of pop. It's early punk, power pop-ish. Yeah. Yeah, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. This is one that was just kind of stuck in with another album. I just decided that I found it, just kind of jammed in some other stuff, so I decided to give it a listen. We got Can't Take My Eyes Off You by Nancy Wilson. This is the kind of jazz vocalist Nancy Wilson. Well, this one's not so much jazz. It's yeah, but anyway, um, yeah, it's kind of in that like kind of Doris Day kind of vein. Quite good if you've never heard Nancy Wilson. This one she's going a little more in the kind of soul end of things. So of course it's got her cover of "Can't Take My Eyes Off You." Actually, this might predate. Yeah, she didn't write it for sure. This actually probably predates the was it ABBA or whoever. Um, but yeah, I guess got the Suzanne by Leonard Cohen on here. Yeah, you make me so very happy. It's kind of old. Raindrops keep falling on my head. Pretty good one there. Back our octopus. Was that BJ? What's his name? I don't know. Anyway, yeah, I need to get kind of one to the cover. This is actually a really good album. Yeah, quite happy with that. I think it was stuck in with. I don't know what that was stuck in with, but yeah, it's not the heart Nancy Wilson. It's the more the vocalist Nancy Wilson. Worth picking up if you see it. Yeah, everyone shows this one, so I'm not gonna spend a lot of time on it. So kind of psych tinged French pop. A little more dirgy than I remembered it being, but yeah, it's a great album. If you don't have it, it's certainly worth streaming, if not purchasing. So I like the Jane Birkin one too. I'd like to get that at some point. But Serge Gainsbourg there, History of Melody Nelson. Getting into some of those K-Rack stuff I picked up. This one was pretty interesting. IQU, I guess, I don't know. So this one, I don't think this is their typical sound, but this is a good one. So it's a 12-inch single. It's got 2 songs, and then on the other side, it's got the songs remixed. I think, yes, that is correct. So Japanese guy, Japanese gal. So synths and beats, sound manipulation. Then you got some bass, upright bass. Then you got Miranda July on the words, kind of like spoken word almost thing. Voice, whatever. So apparently it's like, I guess she's like an indie filmmaker. I don't know. I have to look her up. So I'm pretty sure I've seen some of her work at some point. So it seems like she was kind of some kind of independent filmmaker of sorts, director, whatever. So definitely check her out at some point. But this is actually a pretty good album. That's pretty solid. Maybe 4-ish on that. IQU with Miranda. I guess that's the front. Yeah, IQU with Miranda July. So, like lo-fi beats. I guess I don't know. It's late '90s. Kind of experimental. Electronica stuff. I don't know. you know, a little more on the experimental side, but not like noise or anything. It's pretty cool. Um, yeah, I've had this for a while. I get around to spinning it. Jim Croce, Croce, I guess it's pronounced. Life and Times. This is the one that's got Bad Leroy Browns on it. Got some really good ones actually. Anyway, yeah, not gonna talk too much about it. It's Grateful. This is original. Again, they don't go for much. But singer-songwriter, don't know it. It's worth checking out. It's probably not his best album, but it's one of his. It's probably maybe second best. He only had like three proper albums, I say, and he had some collabs and whatever. Another one it's like a thrift pickup for a while back. It was kind of interesting actually. Music of Cosmos, Carl Sagan, Cosmos. So it's got a lot of classical, but it had some kind of electronica, early electronica on it, which is kind of cool. I don't know. I paid like 50 cents or something for it, maybe a couple of bucks at most. But yeah, I rather liked it actually. Yeah, especially the electronic stuff was kind of interesting. This one's the repress from like a year or so ago. Dead Kennedys, Fresh Fruit. It was on sale on Amazon, so I just got around to picking it up. So love the hype sticker. They're saying something like you get includes double-sized poster. Yeah, it's not a full-size poster. It's like that Lydia Lunch album I picked up recently. Yeah, that's your poster. It's a friggin' CD insert. But that being said, it's a remaster from the original tapes. It's a pretty good sound recording for what it is. Original was pretty freaking lo-fi, so you know it's a lo-fi recording, but it's still cleaner than the new PJ Harvey re-releases. What the hell? Yeah, great album, classic. This is the one that's got Holiday in Cambodia on it, Viva Las Vegas, California Uber Alice, Kill the Boar. So it's got, that's probably all their really big hits were on this album, I think. Yeah, a couple other minor hits of theirs, I guess. This one kind of disappointing. This Calvin Johnson from Beat Happening, K-Rex Sweater. So I think this is one of his little. I think he was involved in this one. Yeah, he was. Okay, he does vocals on this one. Yeah. So it's again, it's like a 12-inch single. I have one other of their albums, like a newer one. It's kind of quirky indie pop, but yeah, it didn't grab me at all. It's not terrible, but yeah, it's like a 3-star-ish. This is one I've had for a while. This is original pressing, 9-inch Nails, Downward Spiral. Yeah, I'm not gonna spend a lot of time on it. It's kind of interesting though. I never noticed this until I looked up Discogs, but these are actually promos. So they, like 1,500 people have them. So I'm guessing there were a couple thousand, maybe a little more, went out. But I guess they were not supposed to be sold to the public. So on this side, I guess, it says like for promotional use only. They had a single copy of Tower Records when I was a kid. I bought it. Still in pretty good shape, I guess. Got a little surface noise, but not terrible. I did play it quite a bit. Sounds way better than the CD did back in the day, but who knows with the newer CD masters. But yeah, classic album. I don't know if it's my favorite, but might be my favorite. I like Pretty Hate Machine a lot. I bought the reissue of that, which is decent. But yeah, the original is freaking awesome. From what I've heard, a lot of the quality remasters are on the Nine Inch Nails side of things are quite good. Here, nudity. I'm gonna cover that. Boobs. So we got Kyoto Jazz Massive. So this is actually a comp. I believe there's a couple Kyoto Jazz Massive. Sometimes I think also refers to like a collaboration of kind of acid jazz artists in Kyoto. But this one's actually like a comp. So it's 11 tracks of like DJ Crush is on here, on the Grosso. actually, Mondo Grosso has 2 things on here. Yeah, they're reworking stuff like Jorge Ben and Otsuka Hajime, some other stuff. So it's a pretty decent one. So it's like acid jazz, early mid '90s. This is a German pressing. I think the Japanese pressing's got the like a full-on one. That's just kind of like a sticker on this, the German pressing. My copy is a little crackly, but I paid like $2 or $3 for it, so whatever. But you know, back in the '90s, like I think they were putting all that crackle back in onto all the freaking records anyway. So who cares? I'm not gonna listen to this all the time, but yeah, something my wife really likes. So she grew up with that stuff. Yeah, I got to see DJ Crush once. He was quite good live, actually. I had a couple of his albums in the past. I wish I'd kept them. They're actually pretty good. And this one, I believe, this was a recommendation from Penix Boston Rob. So excellent kind of free jazz, spiritual jazz, protest jazz. It's more of a protest jazz album. Irreversible Entanglements, Who Sent You? So Andrew, if you're watching this, this is your kind of stuff. Definitely pick this up. Pretty good album. This is the only 2020 album I bought the entire year, actually. I might go back to some of their earlier stuff. Excellent album. Definitely it's one of those ones you got to be in the mood for, but yeah, it's not an easy listen. It's more, yeah, kind of that experimental stuff. Experimental free jazz, protest music. But yeah, excellent album. But yeah, I wouldn't say it didn't make my like top 10 list of the stuff I bought that year. Last year, I guess, that I just shot. But it is the only 2020 album I actually bought. I think, yeah, Fetch the Bolt Cutter is probably a better album, I think, but in the scheme of things. But as far as jazz is concerned, that's the only jazz album I bought last year, or bought, that was 2020 last year, I should say. I didn't buy that much jazz last year. I was more into getting more into the back into the post-punk, I should say. I was kind of rediscovering some stuff I was listening to in the 90s. Yeah, Sean was a very bad influence. Yeah, this was CD I got out. I think they have a vinyl release of this too. This is by far my favorite of all the stuff I got from that K-Rex, those grab bags I picked up. So this is Arlington I'm going to screw up his name. Dionyasa of Old Time Religion. So what this is he took a lot of William Blake, I guess poems or whatever, and translated them into Indonesian. So it's almost like a Tibetan throat singing sound. A lot of this, I don't know. I guess I remember hearing some of that stuff, but yeah, it's sung in Bahasa. So great album though. It's kind of hard to describe. You know, kind of trippy, psyche, little noise rocky at times. It's a little. It's right in my wheelhouse. In other words, but yeah, I will be checking out some of his other stuff. His solo stuff anyway. So really like this. Probably not for everybody, but I really did like that one. This one is also quite good. Shiva's. Getting a little glare there, see if I can take it out. This is their one from like 5 years ago. Yeah, Arlington. For me it's like a 5 album, 4.5, 5. Shiva's solid 4. They're not as standoutish, but they're kind of neo psych, I guess. Again on the K-Rex, so it's part of that bundle. This is pretty good. It's not great, not standout, but stand out in that it was better than some of the other stuff. But yeah, I wouldn't go rushing out to buy Shivas. I know I've seen some other Shivas show up in the vinyl community, but didn't 100% grab me. But I definitely will be holding on to this for a while. Give it another listen or two. So Shivas, Better Off Dead, Neo's like 4-ish. But yeah, that does warrant some additional listens. And then Yeah, Some Velvet Sidewalk. Not as good as the other one I showed. That was the other EP. They had like the picnic blanket kind of pattern, that check. This was one of their first EPs, I believe. So 1, 2, 3, 7 tracks. Yeah, I think they're kind of getting their footing on this album. It's I wouldn't go out of your way for it, but if you see it for like a buck or something in the bargain bins, it might be worth picking up. Um, yeah, 3.5, 4-ish. It's interesting, but kind of experimental, yeah, indie poppy stuff. And then, yeah, last CD I was listening to this week. This was a comp that was given to me. It's pretty good actually. Satina to Christina Turner, single disc comp. So it kind of covers scope of her career more or less. Has the well, I think she had an older version of Proud Mary. I think this Proud Mary is like a more modern version from like a movie soundtrack. Maybe I think she might have re-recorded it. It's very heavy on the private dancer tracks. But it does have like Nutbush, City Limits on here. So it goes back in time. Yeah, of course, probably I think she recorded it with Ike in that period. But it's like I want to say this might be a slightly it's pretty true to the other version. I think it's a different recording though. But it's got her like GoldenEye on here. We got the song from Thunderdome on here. So it's a good way to get her soundtrack stuff. That was pretty good back in the 80s. If you're into Tina at all. But solid album. But it has a couple bonus tracks that I think are unavailable otherwise that she just recorded solely for this. So it would be a crime, and I'm ready, which goes, yeah, they're pretty consistent with that, like the private dancer era, and they're actually pretty good tracks. But yeah, if you see this, again, I wouldn't go out of your way for it, but if you see it in the bargain bins or something, thrifting, this is worth the pickup, I'd say. 2008 is, yeah, so it looks like it's a double disc. It's a single disc comp, but it's worth picking up if you like Tina Turner. Anyway, I'm going to call it a night, guys. Upload this and hit the sack because I got a doctor appointment with the kiddo in the morning. Take care, everyone. Have a great week. Happy New Year. I think I said in the last video, but anyway, Happy New Year. And I'll see you sometime next week.